This conference will now be recorded.
It's not saying it, but it says it's in progress.
All right, at 7 PM, a public hearing for amending chapter 17.02 of the Code of Ordinance with respect to notification requirements for renewal of application for non-metallic mining permits will be held Tuesday, July 6th, Town Hall, 4058 County Road N. Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, what precipitated this?
Me, because right now the current ordinance says that I have to send notice to everyone who owns property within a half a mile of every mining site for renewals as well as new mines. And that's a lot of mailings when nothing changes. And
Yeah.
so I asked the attorney if it would be okay that we just notify, send notices to people who are, if it changes, if they're changing
there's a
something with
change to their
operation
operation.
plans.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So for new sites, we would still do that, and I could still notify people if I wanted to, but, you know, if I saw a reason to, but I mean, if it's no change to their operation plans, nothing new, just a
No
new year.
complaints or
Yeah, no
anything?
complaints, just a new year, we don't have to. It also changed it from saying that we have to mail notice to just say provide notification, so that if we have emails, we can do it that way too.
Makes sense.
So I don't, this has been posted on the website, posted on Facebook. I haven't gotten any comments, so nobody seems to object. But I've seen it anyway.
Yeah. So if there's no comments on the public hearing,
I
is there a
move we close the public comment section.
I'll second.
motion by DePlace, second by Williams to close the public hearing? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Immediately following the public hearing, the town board will have its meeting. We have a quorum present. Meeting is posted at the town hall and on the website. And we have a quorum present. I'll call the meeting to order and we'll stand for the flag pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You have the minutes of the June 21st meeting in your packet.
I would move approval of the correction at the end of the page 4. Adjournment, motion carried by 4-0.
Yeah, there were only 4 of us here.
And on page 2, item 2, business, item C, third line down, and all paperwork and the background check instead of are the background check and the background check. Just those two.
I don't know how you see all that stuff.
When you read for clerical errors or whatever.
She used to read books, now she just reads these.
I used to do more writing as well. I used to.
You needed a comma
I used
there.
to-
Motion by Williams,
Second.
second by Duplay with the 2 corrections as noted. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Abstention?
1 abstention. Finance report, approval of bill. Tell them the good news. 207.
Oh, yes, the recovery fund, or the 200, half the payment was made last week.
We're rich. We're rich.
Yeah.
Now you gotta figure out what to do with it, right?
Yeah, but we're not allowed to do anything.
That's the way it looks.
I did set up a new bank account, just to keep.
Keep
them
it separate.
Yeah. Steve, do you have?
Yeah, I don't have one.
Okay. There's one extra one.
Yeah, I had the one for the signature on mine.
Oh, all right.
That's all right.
I'll move approval of checks 34,752 through 34,785 be paid.
Motion by Duplay, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Williams to approve checks 34,752 through 34,785 be paid. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. You also have your unaudited cash and investment balance of $2,614,242.54. When do you get your second payment from
The county, that's in
county?
August.
Is it August? Then you have the June per diems.
Move approval as presented.
Second.
Motion by Anders, second by Fonger to approve the per diems as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
I was working on cleaning up the delinquent personal property taxes, and I have one left, and it's from, well, it used to be Rose's Run Kennels. And I've sent him multiple notices, and he hasn't paid us for $52. And I don't know if he's not paying it because it's still in the old name or what's going on, but I don't know if you want me to keep on pursuing it or write it off. That's my last.
They've been gone for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They moved up to Portage.
Right. They retired.
I don't know, I'd be willing to write it off. It's only $54, $52.
$52.80, yeah.
Yeah, $52. I'd be
Yeah.
willing to write it off. So moved, or if we have. to.
No. We'll just write it off.
All right, will do.
I collected the other one.
Yep.
The big one I collected. Twice that much.
Yeah.
All right. Any public concerns? Public's opportunity to speak to the town board about any subject that's not a specific agenda item. No one online. Any road right-of-way permits?
One, for Kennedy Hills, Lot 8, Wisconsin Power and Light, and gas is all. Pretty standard.
So they're still selling lots out there?
Yeah, they're almost all gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I move approval as presented.
Motion by Anders to approve the road right-of-way permit. Is there a second by Duplay? Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. New business, discuss and consider adoption of ordinance 2021-7-6, amending chapter 17.02 of the Code of Ordinances with respect to notification requirements for renewal applications for non-metallic mining permits. And you had the blue line version in your packet with the 2 changes.
I would move approval as shown.
Second.
Motion by Anders, second by Duplay to approve changes to 17.02. The
So you're adopting it
ordinance,
as, yeah, adopted as.
adopt the ordinance 2021-7-6, amending 17.02. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item is consider a quote to resurface basketball courts.
This is the same quote, but I only copied one side of it last time, so you guys didn't see the total amount, which was that on that.
5409.
Yeah.
And this does
The rest of them,
the rest of them. They're
Yeah.
all done within 2 years.
3, this is the 3rd year, yeah. They'll get them all done.
So they would all be done.
I think the last one that only had, 3,600 worth or something like that on
Yeah.
the front page, so I just want to make sure you guys saw that the other 2, or the rest of it was on there.
I don't have any problem. I'll move approval.
And the funds coming from,
Undesignated.
thank you. Motion by Duclay, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Williams to approve the quote for the resurfacing of the basketball courts with funds coming out of undesignated. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next, we have discuss and consider approval of town share to repair ladder 1 hydraulics. The town's share would be $2,788.02 out of a total bill of $74.92.67.
I didn't check it. no.
And I do need you to approve it because it's bad.
Oh,
It's been
Oh.
fixed
We ready to send it. We had an opportunity to send it out and get it fixed
real
the
quick.
next day.
I'll move approval. of the
Second.
township.
And funds coming from?
Undesignated.
The
So
U
glad you're
word.
here.
Motion by Williams, second by Anders to approve the 2788.02 for the repairs to ladder 1 with funds coming from undesignated. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item is discuss and consider a quote to replace the HVAC unit at the town hall. When they were here servicing it, there's a leak in the air conditioner. The furnace hasn't been replaced.
And that's 22.
Is this original?
No, it's not the original, but it's probably 20 years old.
Yeah,
The furnace or the air conditioner, I think it was done in 12.
something like that, 10 or 12.
Really? But it was replaced, but the furnace wasn't. So I had him quote both the
Because it's gonna,
see, or if we want to do the furnace at the same time.
he's gonna have to do a new line set either way. So that's the line that goes from the AC unit all the way into the furnace.
Yeah.
So,
But if we don't get a new furnace and a new air conditioning, we still have to take off that air conditioning.
Yeah.
to Replace the furnace.
Right.
yeah, and the AC is actually what needs to be fixed, so.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the AC didn't last that long. It's pretty.
It probably gets run harder to go in the summertime than.
It
We're never-
probably doesn't run that hard at all.
It doesn't very hard
It
here.
doesn't help. So the furnace being older, so the fan's older technology, that doesn't help the circulation. Justin was saying that kind of hurts the performance of your AC unit when you don't replace the furnace with it.
It's the back full.
No, it's my glucose.
Hello.
High,
Oh,
because I ate game.
okay, so what's,
It would be
This is-
$7,500
That's-
to replace both the AC and the furnace. Or if we just did the AC, it's
Yeah.
$3,600.
To replace both at 75?
Mm-hmm.
that's reasonable.
Wow, I move approval of replacing both
Second.
Motion and,
from undesignated.
yes, motion by
There.
Williams, second by Clay to approve the $7,500 for the replacement of the furnace and the AC here at the town hall with funds coming from undesignated. Any discussion?
I misread this when I initially read this.
Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Abstentions, motion carried. Next time is, and it'll probably be at least 2 weeks before they'll be able to come and install it because they were backlogged with that. The heat. So the next item is to discuss and consider a letter in support of the Friends of Koshkonong Creek request for proposal to the University Alliance project. And you have the letter and what they're asking them to do. So if it's accepted, we'd be on the hook for $5,000.
Now, were we thinking we could use some of this money from
For stormwater,
the
Hoping.
stormwater?
Hoping,
hoping,
Okay,
yeah,
not a guarantee though, I don't think.
no.
but it's still a good idea. I'll move approval of a letter in support of the Friends of Koshkonong Creek. Request for proposal to the University Alliance Project.
Motion by Williams.
I'll second it, and I think it's great that they got all the other people.
Duplay. To approve. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Yeah, if we can get the city of Sun Prairie, who's sending the most down, Deerfield, and Friends, we all share the cost of getting it fixed.
Maybe our local paper can also write about it, so everybody's aware of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, reduce flooding.
It is actually in the paper coming out on Thursday.
Okay.
So that's exciting.
Great.
Love to hear more about it.
So the next item is discuss and consider quotes for a loan to finance the 21 road maintenance projects. And you have the quotes in your packet.
These are the two that we do business with. I did send one out to New Bank to Chase, and I never heard back from them, so. I appreciate it.
I don't think 1.24 for an interest rate for the year is too bad.
I don't think so.
No.
From Monona,
Especially when one community bank was at 1.5.
1.49, yeah.
I move approval of the Monona Bank quote of $347,192 at 1.2% fixed.
1.24.
1.24, sorry. Motion by Duplay.
Second.
Second by Fonger to approve borrowing $347,192 at 1.24 fixed rate from Monona Bank. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. And as usual, we'll pay this back by March 15th in full. Then we have discuss and consider whether to pursue regulation of solar facilities. Mr. Andrews, walk us through.
Well, as you all have heard and seen, land is being bought up left and right for these massive solar farms. And although we don't have a lot of say as to what goes on, the statute and some case law does provide townships do have some guidance, and I mean, it's pretty minor, I mean, like landscaping and plantings and those sorts of things. But one of the things that I learned about is the fact that if, and I got this from the town of Springfield from, is regarding, say if Mike was a farmer and sold a couple hundred acres, for a solar farm, say for example, okay? The way the town of Springfield has done it, and it's worked, is the fact that if you have 200 acres and say 35, you'd have 6 splits. If you sold your land for the solar farm, your splits are gone. Totally. You can't move them. You can't do anything with them. You just forfeit them. And because of the fact that, why double dip? You're going to get prime money for your land for the solar farm, either on
the development.
plus you moving your development rights off to wherever or selling them to somebody quick. The other thing is that the ability to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Guide the farmer or the landowner, I should say, you'll use the word farmer, but guide the landowner to make he or she think just a little bit before they, all of a sudden glom onto, the ability to convert your land over for a solar farm. It'll give us a little bit of control along those regards. Solar farms are utility, and by statute, we don't have a whole lot of control, unfortunately. So by using our ability to control the landowner a little bit or have a say in how the landowner proceeds, I think is a good thing. And the fact that the town of Springfield, they have.
Dan.
It's the office phone.
Somebody's calling you.
The phone in here just rang.
Yeah.
I get those too.
So you're only going off in the middle of a meeting.
I get it. Sorry.
And anyway, because of the fact that Springfield's works, and I think it might be something for us to very seriously consider. And the real bonus is Mark Roffler is the town of Springfield's planner,
Is ours.
Well,
and who's also ours.
Yeah.
So we could, after reviewing the hardcore language, probably the plant committee first and then coming back to the board, I think that would be something we could incorporate into our comp plan redo. I mean, it's perfect timing in that regard. And I think it's obviously too late now because the county's already bought the farm down there.
yeah.
Hope, but if there's that much land now available, or usable for a solar farm, Lord only knows if there's anything else throughout the township. And I just think that kind of forewarned is forearmed in the event that anybody else were to try and set something up like that.
Question, what if the landowner has already sold off the development rights before entering into this?
Good question. I don't know the answer to that. I don't, and in Springfield's case, the landowner did have splits and they went ahead and,
How did he view it? Was he up in arms?
no, matter of fact, I don't think a final decision has been made yet. As far as which way the farmers or the landowner, I should say, is going to go, whether it's solar farm or keep his splits. Because I do know that Springfield has a little bit different land division than what we do as opposed to lot size. If you sold a split, you theoretically could get multiple acres, more than just R2. So theoretically, their lots would be more valuable than our 2-acre lots. So.
Oh, I don't see why we wouldn't want that. We should at least explore it.
Yeah, I would say. And I guess I would recommend that when it's appropriate in the planning process, that Mark come to one of the plan commission meetings or the town board meeting and explain the situation.
I guess my question is, would you rather have an ordinance for part of the comp plan? Or do you do both?
I wouldn't think do both.
Why not?
And I was surprised in reading that one from
Saratoga up north?
Yeah, I didn't see where they charged anything for that license. And I would have thought there's some,
It's value.
yeah. I mean, they talked about if they went to other professional people to get advice, well, who's paying for that? Yeah,
I think you'd have to write it something like your non-metallic mining ordinance if you could, assuming it's okay to charge for a license, but
yeah,
in there you have it where if you have to have experts review that they pay for it.
that they pay for, yeah. And I
don't
didn't see
again,
that
I don't
in
see why
their
not.
ordinance.
Doesn't cost us anything right now to look at it.
Well, unless you'd want our attorney to look at it
Oh.
and to draft it.
But I don't know if we need that yet. I mean, don't you think we should hear from Mark first?
Yeah.
I think that's the right way to go.
So do you want him to come to a town board meeting
I
and
would
talk
think that would
about
be
it?
the best
Or
bet.
I would think he goes to the planning commission, I would think.
Well, if
First.
we went to the plan commission first, and then if the plan commission felt that that was,
they could forward their
they could
recommendation
forward their
to us?
recommendation to the board, and you guys could think about that part without thinking about the whole comp plan yet.
Yeah,
And then at the same time, he could come and talk to you about an ordinance too or something.
Do it like right now, just get it going.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
See if he's available for the meeting in July.
Okay.
Talk to the planning commission about it.
Figured it's just worth looking into.
Doesn't hurt.
Motion
Motion by me.
Motion by Duplay, second by
Williams.
Williams to direct our town planner to make a presentation
Correct.
to the plan commission for them to evaluate it and send the
then we'll get on
recommendation
to
to
the board.
the town board. Any other discussion?
No, that was plenty.
I want to make sure you understood it. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Then we're back to discussing changing minimum width and usage for new town roads.
I was thinking about this and obviously we're never gonna get Kennedy Hills to sign on to this. This is whole development out here is designed to use those ponds and everything else. And if you increase,
Not the whole development, probably part of the next development though, because it goes over a hill down now.
Yeah, just half of phase two.
And so the back of phase 2 will drain the other way, as will phase 3.
Phase 3, well,
So it might be tough for phase 2.
I just don't know if it's fair to them. I think we can move on then and discuss any other new development is gonna have to have an 80-foot road on it.
well, I guess that would be my question. Should we have Dan take a look at all of our roads and see which ones we want to designate as collector? That would have a wider paved surface maybe?
Well, I don't know,
And-
I'm pretty sure it's the through streets, Sandpiper.
Ridge, Vilas Hope.
Yeah, I mean, it's
There's a
all the
lot of
roads that-
Dexter Ridge,
There's a lot of.
Yeah,
Yeah, but there, but I mean, it's the roads that everyone speeds on right now.
nobody's denying that.
So, I mean, it's something that
But
we should.
at the point in time that some board decides to,
And we need to have it
rebuild that
written up
road.
in-
that they know that we need that wider,
Yes, yes. I think we should do that.
I say we kind of stick with our main roads for now. I mean, I don't think you want to go in the middle of a subdivision and,
No.
no,
so like Sandpiper wouldn't. would be
No, I'm
one.
not saying that Sandpiper's gonna be.
collectors, arterial.
Yeah. Gaston, Vilas, something like
Yeah.
that.
Question I would have would be, when you're doing that, are you gonna be, because part of this is discussing, all right, are we gonna be able to make the paved surface wider and still have some sort of shoulder before you run off into the ditch? Is it gonna be easy for you to identify which of those would be capable of having that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, as is. So in other words,
Yeah.
we'll just
We
say,
know where our wet areas are, that we have a lot of water that runs. You know, like north section of Vilas, right? We might not be able to widen that one
no,
because those ditches run full when it's raining hard,
yeah,
you know? But like your section of Vilas, there's not a lot of water there besides off of that subdivision,
sure.
you know? We don't see a lot of water in the ditches there. And Vilas Hope, same thing. There's not a lot of water out that way besides till you get down by Weber's. You know,
And even then, that's so low anyway.
yeah, that almost needs to be built up.
But it also gives us then direction if we have a CSM that's on that road and we want it to be 80 feet wide rather than 66, that's when we ask for it and get it.
That's what I was gonna ask about. Are there areas in the township where we would seriously consider wanting 80-foot right-of-ways versus the 66? You know, I mean, it's that,
You know, I guess it depends on how wide you want it and do you want to, at some point, put in bike or walking paths on that paved surface.
Yeah, like Vilas Hope, Femrite, Hope and Vilas, you know, you get the most traffic. You're at 2,500 or more cars a day,
Yeah,
you know? And them ones are the ones I would think you'd want to go after first. You know, because people do walk on Femrite and
Yeah.
Vilas Hope and Hope Road quite a bit.
yeah. We would have to start planning it at some point. In far as, you know, streets in a subdivision, I mean, we could make the change whenever we want. And yes, it is going to affect developers, but is it what the community demands or wants?
I would think so. One subdivision road that leads in anyway, Kennedy, you already have part of that much of a right of way on the one side, but not on the other, you know,
Yeah.
half of that road.
Can we talk a little bit about Nick's suggestion about modifying that from the 80 to 70 feet? Your thoughts about that? And then maybe having the 4 feet extra on just one side of the road for biking or walking?
That was his suggestion, instead of doing the most you want to do, like, you know, because you need 4-foot bike lanes. So he's suggesting, even if you just did 70 feet and then you did one side with a bike lane and not both sides, you know, then you still, if you have a lot of drainage on one side of the road, you could potentially just do one side.
Would you do bike lanes just on one side of the road?
It'd just be designated bike lane.
You drive either way
People driving.
on the
both
same
ways.
side? I don't think
You're
that's.
supposed to walk against traffic.
I don't think that's workable.
Isn't that what they have though? Like the village has bike lane all down
One
one
side,
side
yep.
and
Do they?
then,
Yep.
Yep.
A lot of
Milwaukee
them,
Street
that's all there
coming in
is.
off Sprecher,
yeah,
bike lane on one
One
side.
side,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
I have seen it other places too.
Not that anybody uses it going the other way.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's the thing,
Yeah.
you know. Sometimes, some places you just can't do it, you know, if you have a lot of drainage and stuff like that, you won't be able to cut into that ditch at all.
I was intrigued by Nick's suggestion, and that's why I wanted us to talk about it a little.
Slaying the path for the future.
Do we need any formal guidance for the plan commission?
No,
No? Okay.
Nope.
no, I mean, do we want Dan, or even if we would have to pay Nick additional if we wanted to look at our roads to see how how we really want them to be in the future when it wasn't an issue.
Why not?
Why not? I mean, it doesn't, I don't know how busy you are.
Well, it's not a big deal. I mean, I do road checks all the time anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not something that has to be done tomorrow.
No, I'm just saying, it's like whenever you can put it on his to-do list.
but I think anything future growth, like you said, though, needs to be,
Yeah, we need
Done
to,
right
we should
away,
direct
yeah.
it for anybody that wants to come in and develop in the future.
Yeah.
So does that mean you want to change your ordinance? You use 70 feet for local roads? Right now, local roads are 66 and then collector and arterials are 80.
I don't know if we need to do that step first.
We gotta have some way of backing up
Yeah.
Yeah.
to telling the developer,
Yeah.
we need 70 feet. Who said?
I think we would
Our
have a
ordinance.
public hearing on that
Yeah.
to see if we would get any feedback from current residents as to what they would see, if that's a benefit or not. If it's something they would want, because it's gonna drive up the price of their lot also hugely.
well, you could also go to that 28 feet then with blacktop in the subdivision versus 24.
Right.
Give you a little more traffic room and then walkers. And if you don't paint lines, cars tend to stay towards the middle anyway. So,
You got a new painter, of course we
I
paint
think you
lines.
want to paint lines though for safety. It makes people.
Come on,
to
man.
stay.
You want to use that new toy?
I know, but lines in a subdivision is not a good idea. I don't know. Just because I see what it does on the highways, on our main roads. They're driving the gravel with that center line there. Without a center line, they stay in the middle of the road. With a center line, they drive in the gravel.
Really?
Yeah, trucks with trailers. It's goofy, but
Say we do it.
Mhm.
I'd say we do it.
I agree.
Talk about the 70
Yes.
in,
We'll start.
in subdivision.
Mhm.
And have a public hearing.
Tomorrow. Let's just do it tomorrow.
Well, I was
I'm
thinking
just kidding.
maybe the first week in August, you could put it on webpage that we're going to have that discussion.
So do you want to actually draft the changes to the ordinance or do you just want to talk about it?
Discuss it.
discuss it.
This is just a discussion on it.
As a first step, yeah.
If the community is in favor of us doing that, comes back positive, then we can draft a change.
So to go to all new subdivision, local streets, new local streets to be 70 feet wide,
Right away.
right away
Right away.
wide to allow for potential.
Wider paved surface,
28,
28-foot road versus 24.
yeah.
And then ask them too if they'd rather see lines. Because we can do fog lines and center lines.
Right.
That way they'd have a designated bike lane on one side.
Mm-hmm. We'll do that. Get it started. All right, what's going on at Public Works?
Not a whole lot different. Steel Coat Farner called. And tentatively right now, they're gonna be doing chip seal the 19th, the week of the 19th. July, 2 weeks out. They started stockpiling chips down here at the Fieldview cul-de-sac again this year, so. Other than that, not much going on. Got some news today on Janelle, possibly starting soon.
Yeah, they want to start next week.
Next week,
Yeah,
so that could be good.
we'll do a pre-construction meeting yet this week.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's all we got going on. Besides the
Thursday or
usual.
Friday?
What's that?
Thursday or Friday for pre-construction
Thursday'd be better for me,
time,
afternoon,
here or on site?
don't matter. Whenever Nick said the afternoons were better for him too, probably. He's gonna be here, which he does,
On site.
On site.
on site.
On
Let's
site.
do it on site. Whatever time works for Nick and for
Yeah.
Houston's.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm flexible Thursday.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right, clerk's office. Board reports and communication. I passed out what I got from the storage unit place after our discussion 2 meetings ago as to what that facade would look like after our discussion. And I think it follows what we had talked about.
I think it looks better than I thought it would.
Building C, right, left, and
Yeah, they went
front,
like 16
and
feet on each
in the
side.
rear. And then you've got the same basic information on A for the left, the rear, the right, and the front. So I think that's what we had asked them for. So I think that's what we will see. Yesterday afternoon, had the air conditioner in the mezzanine at the fire station. I believe the drain got plugged, leaked, water down, set off the fire alarms. High Tech had just been there, I think, a week or 2 weeks before to finish servicing that unit. I called them, they came out, and it seems to be working. It was working when he left. I checked at about 7:30 and it was still working. I've now got to call into someone to come out and fix the alarm. They keep going off and it closed down the elevator.
Oh,
So you can't use that. So they're supposed to be here sometime tomorrow morning. Fun and games on a holiday weekend.
Oh, boy.
When it's hot.
Why does that always happen?
When it's hot. Committee reports, Plan Commission, we had, you saw the discussion that we had on roads. We didn't have anything else. Vinnie's had been on the agenda. They asked to be tabled. Fire Department, we met on the ladder, approved it. It's fixed. I think
That
that's,
was all we basically did.
yeah.
And we all met in person too, which
That was a little weird.
that shocked me,
Yes. Well,
happily so.
we started the EMS bargaining team for the CBA met, and we met in person, the 4 of us, or 3 of us plus Eric, so it was nice. So the last item on the agenda is consider adopt a motion to move into closed session per Wisconsin statute 19.85, parent 1, parent E, for deliberation, negotiation, or conducting specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Consider nominal reports for Uphoff Road and Femright Road Drive Bridge reconstruction right-of-way acquisition. So is there
I move
a
approval.
motion by Williams, second by Dupuy to go into closed session? Let's roll call vote.
Aye.
Mike, Steve.
I
Chris, aye. Christie.
Aye.
Dupuy, aye. We're going into closed session. You can lock the front door.
Oh, it's nice to meet y'all. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.